the Employment Development Department, Unemployment Insurance Program.
Bienvenidos al programa del seguro de desempleo del Departamento del Desarrollo del Empleo.
To continue in English, press 1.
Para continuar en español, oprima el 2.
Our offices are currently closed.
No.
However, recorded information is available 24 hours a day to give you answers to the most common questions. If you would like to talk to a representative, please call back between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific Time Monday through Friday. We are closed holidays. For information on the last payment made on your claim or EDD debit card information, press 1. To certify for information on the last payment made on your claim, press 1. For information on the
That is just a little taste of the system of the beast. This is what I'm calling this. Okay, so just a little expose about California's Employment Development Department. So they are open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Their offices close at noon. I have been trying to call since, 9 a.m. this morning. And every time I would call, I would be prompted with a, basically that greeting, except it didn't say that they were closed. Then I would have to go into a bunch of, options, the push-button options, dial tone options. Proceed to go through a billion hoops on the phone. They ask my information, they ask my social security card, they ask me to make a PIN, they ask me to do this, they ask me to do that. Then, after going through every single numerical option that there is, and finally finding an option to talk to a representative, because you cannot just press 0 to dial for the operator and talk to somebody. So going through maybe 10 minutes on the phone of dial tone options, finally find an option to talk to a representative. Okay? Press the option to talk to a representative. It says, I'm transferring you. Please hold. I'm all excited. Yay! Automatically, a recording comes on and says, due to high call volumes, no one is available to help you at this time. Please call back another time. Goodbye. Really? Call back another time. I've been calling since 9 this morning. It is now noon. I just showed you the recording of our offices are now closed. This is the frustration that the American public is dealing with due to the system of the beast. So, first of all, there is no place to go in person to talk to someone about unemployment. When I asked why, they said that there was a shooting scare, and that's why they closed it to the public. Well, after going through all of this stuff, I understand why someone would want to go into a government office and bust a cap. I would never do it. I'm rational, and I have no access to firearms. I don't want any firearms. But I could definitely sympathize with someone being so frustrated that they had nowhere to turn, especially if this person had children who they were trying to support and they have to jump through the hoops of this faulty system. So basically, you're required to file for an application, then they send you something in the mail. Then you have to respond to that thing by either email or phone. Okay, so you send something in an email, they cannot answer your questions. Come on, don't do this. My computer keeps freezing. So you send something in an email, they cannot answer your questions. They tell you to call the helpline and talk to a representative. You call the helpline to try to talk to a representative. You go through a million different options on the phone just to get a hold of a representative. Then it cuts you off and says that no one is available. We have a high call volume. No one is available to talk to you. The one time in all of this mess that I have gotten through to someone, the person was an absolute B-word. Because they deal with disgruntled people all day long because this system doesn't work. So people are calling all day long, unhappy, unable to get a hold of someone. They wait like 20 minutes just to get a hold of someone. They finally get a hold of someone, and the person treats them like they are the scum of the earth. Oh, well, why don't you just get a job? You know what? That would make things a lot easier, but that's not really happening. Okay, so you go through the phone system. But then the phone system says, make things easier on yourself. Why not send an email? So you send an email, and then they can't answer your question. They tell you to call the phone system. So you call the phone system and try to get a hold of someone. Can't get a hold of someone. You're supposed to send an email. Do you see the ridiculousness of this situation? Oh, so you can't get a hold of someone by phone. You can't get a hold of someone by email to actually help you and answer your questions. And there is nowhere where you could just go in, have a sit-down, rational conversation with someone where they can explain to you what's going on with what's going on with this. No one is available for that. There is no place that you can do that. Apparently, the unemployment office exists only in space and is unavailable to the general public of Earth. Anyway, I'm calling this the system of the beast because, first of all, the financial system exists because there is a demand for it. We have money because it is created. It has been created by government as currency. It actually doesn't exist. Money is nothing. It's a piece of paper. It only has meaning because we give it meaning. It only has value because we participate in giving it value. We are giving them permission to run this beast system and keep basically a legal form of slavery going because we are slaves to money, and money is produced by the government and created by the government, so therefore we are slaves to the government. It creates a dependent and disgruntled population who feel like they really have no power because they don't. I, as a person, cannot fix this situation for myself. I'm trying to call, I'm trying to email, I'm trying to go and talk to someone in person, and it doesn't exist. The CalJobs development centers that are available actually have no access to your account. They cannot tell you what's going on with your claim. They basically just want to shove you in the first minimum wage job they can find for you, just to say that you're employed. So they can say that you're not feeding off the system. Well, what I have to say is that either way, you are feeding off the system. Okay? So you're either taking unemployment and taking money from the government, from the system, or you are employed and still taking money from the government, from the system. I mean, I'm not saying that one is worse than the other. I'm not telling people to go on unemployment. I'm just pointing out the fallacy of this reasoning. I don't know. It's ridiculous. This is the thing that the American public is subjected to as an oppression, as a distraction from what's really going on. This fear of survival causes people to do crazy things like want to go into a government office and shoot people. I mean, really. it doesn't work. The system isn't working. And this is exactly why the financial system is going to collapse. I mean, I've had videos of warning of that. It's because it's a ruse, it's an illusion, it's a house of cards, and there's a storm coming that's blowing on the house of cards. It's going to collapse. I don't know. I just am more and more seeing how all of these codes, all of these sections, all of these things that either qualify or disqualify you from something, it's all made up. I mean, these are all like the rules and premises of mankind. And we have so many regulations. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm just going on a rant here at this point. But if anyone has been through the unemployment system, they have firsthand witnessed, or I mean any government system for that matter, they have firsthand witnessed the absolute frustration of trying to help yourself and hitting a wall every way that you turn while jumping through hoops. How they do that to us, I don't know. How is it that we're simultaneously hitting walls while jumping through hoops? That is my question. Anyway, I have one more video that I'm making today, and hopefully this was helpful, or just a few people can relate to this situation and the fact that it needs to change. And this is why people are disgruntled. This is why the public is rioting. This is why people are looting. I mean, imagine someone trying to get unemployment. They have children to feed. Their house is probably about to be taken from them. You know, all of this stuff is crumbling. And the system that was supposed to be in place to help them, that was supposed to be their friend, is in fact basically oppressing them and pinning them in this little hole that they can't get out of. That would cause rioting. That would cause panic. That would cause looting. I don't like to see the panic. I don't like to see the fear. I don't like to see the rioting, but it's happening for a reason. It's happening for a reason. You cannot change something, or something cannot be changed until someone realizes that it's not working. And in order to realize it's not working, you have to get angry at it. That is the normal reaction. Anger. And then anger propels change. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. Unfortunately, violence usually comes with anger. So my point is, we'll be seeing more rioting, we'll be seeing more looting, and I guess we'll see what happens in the days to come.